Do you know the number one regret of the dying? When they're on their deathbeds, it's the things that they didn't do. The things that they never took the chance on, the things that they never explored, the places they never went, the dreams they never acted on. In my new book, You End Up Where You're Heading, The Hidden Dangers of Living a Safe Life, we explore the hero's journey and how every single one of you can be the hero of your own story. Because in life, we all have two paths that we can choose from. Path one, everyone is doing it. No big surprises. The trail is flat and wide, no rocks to speak of. Do not go off the path for any reason. It's basically the same every time you do it, 3 miles. Path two, rarely traveled. Gets hard at some point, but we're not sure for how long. There might be someone or something dangerous partway through. It could go on forever without a way to get back. Return rate unknown. Have you ever heard about path one? With these two examples, path two doesn't stand a chance, and that's when you settle. You settle into an identity, market researcher or middle-aged. You settle into ways of thinking, bad with numbers or good with kids. And you settle into routines, the tradition of watching 8 hours of football on Sundays. You could walk through your life with your eyes closed, and you do. Those trail signs are exactly the inner dialogue we have with ourselves when faced with a choice between settling and exploring. I'm a great mom, but I don't know anything about starting a business. I want to sign up for a marathon, but I hear the training is brutal. I want to go into sales, but I'm not outgoing. The delight of something new can't overcome the perceived risk. Back to the grind, stay put, sit down. But the result is not contentment, it's a gnawing restlessness that won't go away. Each passing day is an ever-widening gap between what you hoped for in life and what you settled on. You'll go on the same vacation, order the pad thai again, and stay in the same job that pays the bills. Why? Because it's the smart play, the safe play. Going out on your own is dangerous, so you settle down. What I learned from my podcast guests and from examining my own life was the Maslow antidote for settling, yielding to uncertainty to unlock the delight. 50 years before the invention of the iPhone, Maslow could see the pace of technological advancement would require humanity to change in fundamental ways. He believed we would need to make ourselves over into the people who don't need to staticize the world, who don't need to freeze it and make it stable, who don't need to do what their daddies did, who are able confidently to face tomorrow not knowing what's going to come. When you embrace the uncertainty, you allow yourself to see the delight instead of just the danger. When you accept that you can't freeze the world into something safe and stable, you can put your full focus on the delight of growth. And with those new eyes, the sign of the trailhead, and your inner dialogue will look more like this. Path two, this path is made for you. It's going to seem a bit scary at first, but you'll get over it and eventually embrace the novelty. The middle is hard as hell, but you'll feel amazing when you get through it. At some point, you're going to see a cave. Do not pass up the opportunity to explore some deeper truths about yourself. Back on the main trail, you'll see an enormous mountain. Climb it. You can do it. At the top, you'll find an incredible reward, but probably not what you expected. This trail is as long as you need it to be. Repeat visits will never be the same. Enjoy. How could you pass up path two? You can always come back safely behind the walls of settlement, but you can never find the riches beyond if you stay within them. The delightful path of the explorer will be opened up and you'll be drawn to the one thing you previously feared. As Maslow put it, you will have recovered the ability to perceive one's own delights. Someone who enjoys change, who is able to improvise. But which way should you go? In my new book, You End Up Where You're Heading, The Hidden Dangers of Living a Safe Life, I wanted to create kind of like a manual for the little kids like myself, the ones that wanted to explore and weren't content just settling in and letting life come at them, but that wanted to have more, wanted to explore this world, wanted to see all the adventures and the challenges and embrace them, because that's where all the fun is, that's where all the enjoyment is, that's where all of our stories in our life, at the end of our day, you know, a wise man once told me that at the end of our lives, the value of our life, or the amount of time that we feel like we've had on this earth, is going to boil down to the amazing experiences that we shared, because they're the only things we're going to be remembered, the things that had high emotion and high volatility to them. And that's why in this book I interview over 25 amazing men and women who have been the heroes of their own journey. This book is designed to be a roadmap, or a blueprint if you would, so that you can control your own life and become the hero of your own journey. So take the first step on your journey and click the button below, buy the book, and start finding out how you can become your own hero.